Politicians are talking about more sanctions, but do sanctions really work? If you look at the past, historically, it's certainly mixed. And when we've had countries that have had sanctions placed upon them, it doesn't necessarily have an effect. Right now, we're seeing that the Russian economy is going to fall by approximately 11%. But will they adjust? Some politicians, some economists say, actually, sanctions take time to take effect and it's going to get worse for Russia. Others say, no, you're wrong. All that's going to actually happen is that Russia is going to be selling its goods more and more to China, to India, to Turkey, to other parts of Asia. It isn't really going to make any difference. Right now, Germany's still buying its oil and its gas from Russia. And of course, other parts of Europe are as well. In fact, Germany would lose 400,000 jobs, it announced yesterday, if it stopped buying its oil from Russia. So the sanctions that have really been applied have been applied on the country. Its reserves, 50% of them have been frozen. So that has an effect. And then we see that 400 Russians have been sanctioned. So people like Roman Abramovich, whose 7 billion was frozen yesterday in Jersey, have seen their money frozen and their assets frozen. The question, of course, is, does that make a difference? Does the oligarchs and their assets being frozen mean that they can put pressure on Putin to stop the war? I actually don't think it makes a difference. The truth is that the oligarchs, they have limited influence on Putin. The reality is, yes, the economy in Russia is going to go down, but it's probably going to be temporary. And actually, they've got lots of reserves. And while Europe continues to buy oil, which would affect itself if it didn't, then actually Putin is in a situation whereby the sanctions really aren't having an effect. So that means what can they do? Well, of course, countries can back the Ukraine. They can back them with military support. They can back them with giving them armory. Okay, but ultimately that means that you're going to have a prolonged war, which of course will have a different effect on the world economy. Okay, right now we're seeing that certainly we're at a crossroads. Will countries do more? Will Germany step up what it's doing? Okay, what we're seeing is that a world economy that wants to keep going, but at the same time wants the Russian-Ukraine crisis to stop. We're at a crossroads for the stock market. What does it mean? Well, it means that we're seeing a market which is probably going to be flat. We've got high inflation. We've got a war, as we're talking about here right now. We've got other worries like COVID, particularly in China, where they've got zero COVID policy. We're probably seeing a flat market. That doesn't mean as an investor there aren't other opportunities. Certainly cryptocurrencies I would expect to be going forward. I'd expect commodities to increase in value, their costs to go up. So there are opportunities. Always talk to a financial advisor, but don't forget, when you look at things and you're concerned about things, there's always a bull market somewhere. Okay, make sure you subscribe, hit like, please share the video. I'll give you information on what's happening on the world economy and what you can do to be successful in life.